Adventurers have been scouring Ecuador's misty mountains and waterlogged jungles looking for the Incan horde. No treasure but El Dorado, the lost city of gold, has sparked so much interest and intrigue in the Americas. But the historian Tamara Estupinan says she knows why the loot will never be found. What Atahualpa's followers were really hiding was no mere treasure but the future of the empire itself, the king's body. For a new Incan king to be crowned, the ceremony had to take place in front of the mummy of his predecessor. For the Incas, the real treasure was Atahualpa's body. Without a mummy there is no coronation. And Estupinan said she identified the site where Atahualpa's body was taken. Not everyone agrees with her conclusions and no remains have been discovered during initial investigations at the site she identified. It seems that the verdict is still out on whether the ruins are truly the remaining place of the last Inca. There are several archaeological sites fighting for that same title. In 2010, Estupinan led an archaeologist to the region, convinced they would find the resting place of the last Incan king. With the help of some villagers, they eventually stumbled on an area where thick brush concealed previously unknown Incan-style stonework. When they got to the top of the mountain, they started seeing walls and walls and walls, and Estupinan got goosebumps and started screaming that they've discovered Malquimachi, the last resting place of the Inca. The 2010 discovery made news around the world and led the government of Ecuador to protect the archaeological site, also igniting a debate about exactly what she had discovered. Built around a trapezoidal plaza with a network of stone walls and water channels, the complex was likely an Incan governmental or religious site, most academics agree, who are more wary about Estupinan's claim. The site sits in a wet and windswept area that isn't typically associated with Incan construction. One thing is discovering the site, another is to prove what they've discovered. Surely the archaeologists would rather see physical evidence. Estupinan thinks Atahualpa's body and the treasure might never be found. The Incas didn't bury their dead rulers, keeping them as living oracles, and Estupinan speculated that as the once mighty Incan empire collapsed, the body was likely lost in the chaos. The 2010 discovery made news around the world and led the government of Ecuador to protect the archaeological site, also igniting a debate about exactly what she had discovered. Built around a trapezoidal plaza with a network of stone walls and water channels, the complex was likely an Incan governmental or religious site, most academics agree, who are more wary about Estupinan's claim. The site sits in a wet and windswept area that isn't typically associated with Incan construction. Close to the volcanoes or far from them, next to the royal road Capac Nan or not, near the royal tambos or buildings that served to house the Inca elite and their hosts, the Inca monuments of late imperial design with marvelous entrance alleys. Through them, it is possible to access several rectangular rooms, structures built with cut and polished stone located around trapezoidal squares. Sites surrounded by aqueducts and canals, some of which leads to small or huge waterfalls that slide down the rocks towards what would be another Inca bath. Malquimachi, as the monument was baptized, would be the burial place of the body of the Alu's progenitor, a quiet place surrounded by rivers and mountains where banana, lime, orange, lemon trees grow and a variety of crops and ornamental plants such as the bougainvillea spread their flowers. In a remote place nestled deep in the subtropical jungle of the Chukchalan parish, Cotopaxi, the Machi Hacienda can preserve the ruins of the last stronghold of the Incas of Quito. The hacienda, or farm, has achieved notoriety inside and outside of Ecuador because of the archaeological remains found there of what is believed to be the last dwelling place of the Inca Atahualpa. Indeed, the last Inca emperor's tomb would have been found in the Malquimachi sector in Sitges Canton. What did they really find? Most of the remains, very important ruins built in stone and with unique characteristics, are buried in an area of 3 hectares. In the place are the vestiges of a monument of late imperial design, which has an impressive entrance alley, through which you can access different rectangular rooms. Located around a trapezoidal plaza surrounded by aqueducts and canals, the vestiges of the monument of late imperial design, with an impressive entrance alley, through which you can access different rectangular rooms. That's all. Would it have been the last stronghold where Atahualpa or his mummified body was probably guarded by Rumiñahui? Would it be that monumental ruins with great symbolic meaning, the small house or abode, as the chroniclers say, the right place? A building loaded with symbolism that would not reach the category of fortress or temple. Malca Machi in Quechua means, burial of the body of the Alu's progenitor, and getting to this magical and historical place will take you 12 hours of travel, round trip, from Quito. However, the effort is worth it to live an unforgettable adventure full of picturesque landscapes typical of the Andean range. But the search does not end there, because if you go to Sitchos, it means you're on your way to meet Atahualpa, anywhere, anyway, anytime. Don't miss part 1. If the Incas are right, the prophecy of return is about to be fulfilled, by 2033, when Pachacuti will complete 500 years of destruction. To continue following this fantastic search for the sacred city of Paititi and the return of the Inca, subscribe to this channel. Like, comment and share. Greetings to the children of the sun.